Okay, so for this year of law school, I decided to plan completely digitally. I got an iPad, and so that makes it a bit easier. I felt like I wasn't super consistent about using my planner last year, and I've always been a physical planner person, but I'm kind of liking the digital. So I was just gonna show you guys a little bit of how I plan out my schoolwork. So I really like Notion. It's free, you can download it on your computer, iPad, whatever, phone. And then I just have all of my classes, and then I have the assignments, and I like to use the to-do list because then you can like physically check it off and it's satisfying. So these are all my readings for next week, and I've actually just finished like a ton of them, but I haven't checked them off yet because I wanted to show you guys. But I do all of that, and then any like assignment that has like a due date or whatever, I will put in like red or bold just to make it stand out a little bit. But I just like to have everything laid out so I know exactly where I'm at. And for those of you who have followed me for a long time, you know I really like to read a week ahead. Today's Friday, so I'm finishing all my reading for next week by the end of today because it just makes me feel way more on top of things. But I have been outlining a bit. I'm gonna do a little bit more reading, and I'll check in with you guys in a bit. Hi guys, I wanted to check in because I've been doing a bunch of schoolwork for the last several hours from bed because, you know, sometimes you just have to. And I didn't know this, but apparently Winston Churchill did most of his work from bed, so I'm gonna excuse it for me. I feel like ever since starting in-person classes again, like when I'm home, I really just wanna be like super comfy and on the couch or laying in bed, which sucks because now I actually have an office. So I think I'm gonna motivate myself, or try to go work in there in a little bit. But I just did a bunch of outlining for family law and some reading for next week. I was finishing all my readings for next week. Today's Friday. That way I can enjoy my weekend and not stress about it. And I also have a writing assignment that's due next week, and I want to be able to prioritize that instead of reading. But I just want to check in with you guys and see how you guys are doing. I am slowly adjusting to 3L and being back in person. I kind of feel like senioritis is hitting me, and I also like am just not used to being in person yet, and it feels really weird. And my pandemic puppy has severe separation anxiety, so it's just all a lot. But in general, I can't complain. School's going well. I really like my job. I've gotten to go to court a lot over the past week, which has been really exciting because I haven't gotten to litigate before. But everything's going okay. I'm just starting to feel the pressure a little bit more about like, holy shit, I graduate and then take the bar and I have to get a job and I don't know what I'm doing with my life. I feel like I just started law school. But if you guys are watching this and you're in law school too, let me know if you guys are 1L, 2L, 3L. I'm so curious, and tell me how your semester is going so far. And if you're in person, I love hearing from you guys. Thank you so much for commenting, and thank you guys who have stuck with me and stayed subscribed even during my very long break. But I think I'm just gonna work on schoolwork for a little bit longer, and then I want to do some errands around the house. Wild Friday night. Like I mentioned, my boyfriend's out of town, so I kind of want to take advantage of having the apartment to myself, and I just want to like clean everything. For all my girls out there, if you live with a significant other, what are your tips for having different levels of cleanliness? I feel like I've become a neat freak ever since we moved in together, and he's definitely not, which is totally fine, but I do feel like I crave a clean apartment a little bit more. But in general, I love this apartment so much more. It's so much more space than my old one, which I'm really, really thankful for. And it kind of gives me a nice oasis away from school, and because it's away from campus and everything's good. But I will check in with you guys later. I just wanted to chat with you guys, and I'll talk to you when I have an update. Good morning, Ellie. Morning, guys. So today's Saturday. I didn't end up vlogging the rest of the day. I know I look a little crazy. I haven't showered off my self-tan, but I just took Ollie for a walk, and now I'm going to make some coffee. I actually got chai yesterday, so I think I'm gonna make a iced chai latte with a shot of espresso. I actually, on second thought, I'm not gonna have espresso yet. I'm trying to cut back on my caffeine intake because I know it's getting a little unhealthy, so I'm just having this chai with Oatly. And so I'm gonna make this really quick, and I'm also going to ice roll my face. If you guys don't have an ice roller, you are missing out. I have really bad anxiety, and that correlates to having really bad TMJ, and I get Botox for it, but it still gets a little inflamed, especially when I'm stressed. I clench my jaw, and this is a lifesaver. It's just from Amazon. my god, this is like totally full, and holding it with my left hand is a little harder than I thought, but I'm gonna have this. Going to have a little bit of a slow morning, but I actually do have a lot to get done today, so I need a little caffeine. Guys, I cannot stop shopping for freaking home decor. It's getting so out of hand. I need to freaking stop. I have spent way too much money ever since I moved. I just really want to stay in this apartment for a long time, and I actually want to take time to decorate it and make sure I love it and it feels really homey. I feel like I kind of rushed my last place and I really didn't like it the way it was decorated. So I'm shopping, and if you haven't already, check out my most recent blog post. It'll be linked in the description box, but I just shared some of my favorite Amazon home decor finds. I think Amazon's a great place to find home decor because home decor is so expensive, but I'm gonna keep shopping for a little bit since this is Saturday and I can justify it before I get up and to get the day rolling and start doing schoolwork.
But maybe I'm escaping the love we found. There's something about you, something about you I like, about you I like. I get too drunk and too scared and lie to you. If only you knew I would die for you. One of us gotta say the obvious. Nobody loves me better. Nobody loves me better. Nobody loves me better.
So I'm doing a little bit of cleaning up around the house. If you guys have ADHD, let me know if you have this problem. When it comes to cleaning, it's like all or nothing. Like I either want things spotless or it gets away from me and everything's a disaster. And I'm trying to be better about preventing my apartment from becoming a disaster now that I'm a little bit busier with school. But I wanted to show you guys this hack I saw on TikTok. I am about to wash a load of laundry and I'm washing whites. And I saw this TikTok. I haven't tried it yet, so I'll let you know if it works. I'm putting Dawn dish soap and I'm gonna put this on a rag and throw it in the laundry and then add baking soda because apparently it makes your whites whiter without having to use bleach. So I'm hoping this works because everything I wash ends up like a cream color because I'm not great at laundry and household things. But I'm gonna clean up a little bit and then I'm gonna work on my paper and plan out next week. So I'll check in with you guys in a bit. Hi guys, so update, the not doing caffeine this morning, or at least not having a coffee, is not working out very well. I'm very tired. I've been trying to do a little bit of schoolwork and I'm just kind of dragging. So I'm gonna make a dirty chai right now. I don't know why I go in waves with chai. I get addicted and I have it like every day and then I won't have it for months, but I'm going to make that right now and then go in the office and do some schoolwork. All right, so here's my setup. I've got my computer on this acrylic stand from Amazon. I have this notebook from Society 6. I usually don't use it, but just in case I need to write something down. Then I have coffee and water. Always have to have the beverage options. Pumpkin candles because it's fall now. And this energy lamp I told you guys about, Ollie, because he has separation anxiety. But the office is coming along. It's kind of been where we've been storing junk in like boxes as we've been moving. I am going to show you guys how I plan out my to-do list since I've been doing that virtually and how I get ready for the week. Okay, so I really like Notion because it's so easy to customize it and it's just a great place to like store everything and kind of do a brain dump and keep your life organized. But at the top I just have my to-do list and I change it every day, and I like to do the to-do list feature on Notion so that you can like physically check it off because it just helps me feel better about accomplishing things. So I'm vlogging. I think I'm gonna get this video up tonight probably. I want to film some TikToks. If you aren't following me on TikTok, it's in the description box. I upload on there more than YouTube, so I would really recommend checking it out, especially if you're in law school. I am going to record a podcast trailer. I have been wanting to start a podcast for a very long time, and it's something that's been in the works, but just like the last priority for me right now. But I need to re-record the trailer because the first time the audio got messed up. I have some job applications I need to do. I covered it up with a sticky note because I don't want to show where I'm applying. I have to finish writing this assignment for my public interest lawyering class. It's a policy memo, and I did a ton of work on it yesterday, So I'm hoping to get that finished either today or tomorrow, and I need to review my notes for class. So still on the same Notion page, but I scrolled down and this is where I plan out my week. It's kind of bothering me to, oh my God, I can't talk. It's kind of bothering me how all the columns aren't the same exact size. I have not really figured out how to perfect this, but it's fine for now. So I just have planned out like all the things that I really need to do this week, classes, stuff with work, things that are due, bills, I have to pay rent on the 1st, just like random stuff. And if you're wondering, on Monday it says male genetic test. I got a 23andMe test that I have literally had sitting in my apartment for months, and I'm like, I am gonna put this on my to-do list until I actually get it done. And it's been there for like 3 Mondays, but oh well. And then over the weekend, it's my boyfriend's birthday and also the Women's March. So that's gonna be fun. His birthday's on the same day as the Women's March. I'm sure he's thrilled. But this is where I plan out my week, and then when it's the actual day, I just check things off as I finish them. And of course, as it gets closer to that day, I might have more stuff to do that I have to add in, but I can do that later. And this is just great because it helps me not forget things. So using the digital planning system has been working actually quite well for me. I've always been like a physical planner person, but I have ADHD. I have a really hard time staying organized, and so I find that like detailed planning is key. And my issue with the physical planners is that so much comes up, like whether it's with work or school the day of, or something I need to do the next day, that I wouldn't have it. I don't know, I would never like add it into my planner, but with having everything on my phone, computer, iPad, I find that I'm actually adding everything in and staying on top of things I need to do. So I really like it. I like Notion. I also have a digital planner on my iPad. I haven't actually been using it really though. And I also use Google Cal just to like add in important like dates and things. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, tip for all you ADHDers out there, especially if you're in law school, like I know it's hard to plan and it's against what our brain wants us to do, but it makes it all the more important. It's how I keep my life together. But I've planned for the week, feeling good about that. Now I'm just gonna kind of dive into some of these job apps and some of my schoolwork that I need to do. But I'll check with you guys in a bit. So I'm reviewing my notes for class, and I wanted to show you guys how I take notes in law school. So I use Google Docs sometimes, but I do prefer OneNote. And the reason why is because it's easier to have like multiple pages for multiple classes and chapters, and I just find it's a nice place to keep everything. And the other reason I like it, so when I do my reading, I put all of my notes in this column, and then in class, I'll take notes off to the side over here in red so that I can keep what the professor says separate from any notes I took. And that just worked really well for me over the past few years in law school, and I would highly recommend it. So I'm going over my notes right now, and I have my reading on my iPad. I ended up getting all digital textbooks this semester because it was my first semester back in person in like a year and a half, and I have to commute to school, so I really did not want to mess with like bringing gigantic textbooks to class every day, because I kind of scheduled all my classes in like blocks. So I have several classes. I didn't want to carry all the case books, and actually having the digital textbooks doesn't bother me as much as I thought it would. I always kind of thought I needed the physical one, and also the ebooks are cheaper usually. So if you haven't tried ebooks, I would suggest it. And it's definitely just so much easier to keep everything on there. But I'm gonna finish reviewing this and then do a few job apps, and then I will check in with you guys later. I guess Ollie was not happy about me sitting at the desk instead of giving him attention, so he started destroying things until I gave up and came back to bed. So I'm gonna work from bed for a little while. Ollie, why are you so needy? So right now I'm doing a little bit of outlining for my family law class. If you guys have followed me for a while, you know I'm the biggest advocate of starting outlining early, like at the beginning of the semester, because it really, really, really will save you at the end near finals and help you from being really stressed and overwhelmed. And also it really helps with comprehension of the material. For me, when I outline, it's easier to like put everything together and understand everything. So highly recommend. I just take the syllabus and turn that into an outline with all the topics, and yeah, go in as I go, and I try to catch up on outlining over the weekend usually, for everything learned that previous week, if that makes sense. Okay guys, home decor struggles. I am having the hardest time with shelf styling because there's so many and I feel like I don't have enough stuff, and I want them to look cute. This is what I have now, but I swear I've rearranged them like a million times. And then the problem is there's also these shelves and I feel stuck and I don't know what to do. So if you guys have any tips, please let me know. Okay, so I just took Ollie for a little walk. I was working on some job applications for a very long time, and now I'm feeling a bit stressed and overwhelmed. I don't know, as a 3L, I feel like law school has kind of like flown by, and I still don't know what I want to do with my life, and I want to work in public interest law. So the path isn't as linear as people that know they want to do big law and, you know, get a summer associate position and then know where they're going to work like 2L. So I'm a little overwhelmed, and when that happens, I like to stress bake. I don't know if anyone else does that, but I have been really into fall recipes lately. I am about to make a pumpkin pie, a gluten and dairy-free pumpkin pie, so it's not too bad, but I'm gonna make this pie, and then I think I'm just gonna kind of relax tonight, clean up a little bit more around the house, and probably binge watch reality TV. Okay, so I just cracked 3 eggs that I put in a bowl, stirring them, and then it's a super simple recipe. All you do is add 1 can of pumpkin puree, a cup of full-fat coconut milk, 3/4 a cup of coconut sugar, and then pumpkin pie spice and cinnamon. And then you just bake it for 15 minutes at 425, and then for 50 to 60 minutes at 350. And guys, I promise you, it is the best pumpkin pie, and it's completely dairy-free, and then I use gluten-free pie shells. And obviously you can use whatever you want, but if you want to make a pumpkin pie, try out the recipe and let me know if you try it. I swear baking is like the one thing that like calms me down when I'm really, really stressed out. So I'm just adding the mix to this pie crust. And I'm gonna throw it in the oven. All right, guys, it's been a long day. I'm tired. I think I deserve a glass of wine. I really am liking this wine lately, Miami Pinot Noir. Having this, and then I'm going to make myself some dinner, wait for my pie to finish cooking, and then watch a bunch of brainless TV, aka Real Housewives. Ollie is also excited that I'm gonna get attention, or that he's gonna get attention.
An American Woman comes out. Let me just say this, we've been under...
He was so ready for me to sit down. He's not here for the cleaning. But I think I'm gonna end the video here. Ollie distracting me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you haven't already, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. And if there's anything specifically you guys want to see in my vlogs, let me know. I know someone commented on my last video saying they want to see outfit of the days. I will definitely do that. Just today I was wearing a sweatshirt and shorts because it's Saturday, but I will do that next week. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next video.